He left South Africa at 17 with $2,000. In 2024, he became the first human in history worth $400 billion. And in between, he lost $200 billion in a single year. Nobody has ever built this much. Nobody has ever lost this much. This is Elon Musk. Let's go. 1995. Elon Musk arrives at Stanford University for a PhD in energy physics. He lasts 2 days, drops out, calls his brother Kimball. They start a company called Zip2, an online city guide, from a tiny office in Palo Alto. They can't afford an apartment. They sleep on beanbags in the office and shower at the local YMCA. Net worth? 0. But the hunger? Unlimited. 1999. Zip2 sold. $22 million. $22 million. 4 years later, Compaq acquires Zip2 for $307 million. Musk's share? $22 million. Most 27-year-olds would retire, buy a house, relax. Musk immediately put almost all of it into his next bet, an online payments company called X.com. That company would become PayPal. 2002, PayPal sold. $175 million. $175 million. eBay acquires PayPal for $1.5 billion. Musk's cut? $175 million. He reinvests $100 million into a rocket company, $70 million into an electric car company. Everyone tells him he's insane. Rockets had never been done by a private company. Electric cars had failed for a century. He does both simultaneously. 2008, the darkest year. SpaceX's first 3 rockets explode. Tesla is days from bankruptcy. His divorce is finalized. Musk has $30 million left and is borrowing money from friends to pay his own rent. He later said, "I was just trying to figure out how to not die." Look at this chart. This is the bottom. Everything that comes after is a comeback. 2008, 4th rocket plus NASA deal saved. $200 million. SpaceX loads the 4th Falcon 1 rocket. There is no money for a 5th. It launches. It works. The crowd erupts. Weeks later, NASA awards SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract. Tesla secures emergency funding hours before it would have collapsed. Both companies survived. By a thread. By hours. That is the moment that made Elon Musk. 2010. Tesla goes public on NASDAQ. The first American car company to IPO since Ford in 1956. And it's an electric car that the entire auto industry said would never work. In the same year, SpaceX became the first private company to recover a spacecraft from orbit. Musk was doing things that only governments had done before. Net worth, $2 billion. The rocket was fueled. 2012. Forbes lists Musk as a billionaire for the first time. SpaceX Dragon docks with the International Space Station, the first private spacecraft to do so. A private company in space docking with the world's most expensive structure. Nobody had ever done that before. The world was starting to realize this man was different. 2018. Musk signs the most audacious compensation deal in corporate history. 0 salary. But if Tesla hits a $600 billion market cap, he earns $55 billion in options. Then he tweets, "I'm considering taking Tesla private at $420. The SEC sues him for securities fraud. He settles for $20 million, calls the SEC broken. Net worth, $19.9 billion and rising fast. 2020. Tesla stock rises 743% in a single year. Musk's personal net worth increases by $150 billion in 12 months. The largest single-year wealth gain by any individual in human history at that point. Look at that chart. Look at how steep that line gets. Right here. From $30 million and sleeping in his office to $167 billion in 25 years. January 7, 2021. Elon Musk surpasses Jeff Bezos, world's richest person. By November, he crosses $300 billion, the first human being in history to reach that number. Then, a Twitter poll. He asks his followers, should I sell 10% of my Tesla stock? The poll says yes. He sells $14 billion worth of Tesla shares to pay his taxes. A Twitter poll decided a $14 billion tax payment. 2022, lost $200 billion. Twitter chaos, $137 billion. And then, the biggest personal wealth loss in human history. Tesla stock crashes 65%. Musk buys Twitter for $44 billion, overpays dramatically, fires 75% of staff, and renames it X. Net worth drops from $300 billion to $137 billion. A loss of $200 billion in 1 year. Guinness World Records made it official. He called it a good deal. 2023, the comeback. Tesla stock recovers, SpaceX raises funding at a $150 billion valuation. Musk launches xAI, his artificial intelligence company, with the Grok AI assistant. Within 1 year, xAI is valued at $50 billion. Musk reclaims the title of world's richest person from Bernard Arnault. He lost $200 billion. He came back. Most people don't come back from losing $200. Finally, 2024. After the US presidential election, Tesla and SpaceX surge. Elon Musk becomes the first human being in history to be worth $400 billion. xAI, $50 billion. SpaceX, $210 billion. Starlink, 3 million users in 100 plus countries. From $2,000 and a beanbag office in 1995 to $400 billion in 2024. 29 years, one man, absolutely zero fear. 2 near bankruptcies, a divorce, rocket explosions, a $200 billion loss. Every single time, Elon Musk kept going. He once said, when something is important enough,
he left South Africa at 17. In 2008, he borrowed money for rent. This is the order, $400 billion.
Electric cars,
Let's go. He left
social media, artificial intelligence, space colonization, all at the same time. From a beanbag in Palo Alto to the richest human in history. Subscribe to Oragnigraph for a new journey every Thursday. Comment below, Nokia, Reliance Jio, or Warren Buffett next.